找名人来分享创业甘苦谈 TED 论坛拥有将近2000场的演讲，包括了苹果创办人賈伯斯、Sony 美国总裁都曾经来实际的分享他们的创业经验。而 TED 论坛的创办人这个星期是首度的造访台湾，他也谈到了集合各行各业精英的秘诀。
点开 TED APP， 这里头各式各样的演讲主题包罗万象，是许多人充电的地方。而为什么各行各业的创新人才都愿意把 TED 当作是一个重要的发表平台？今天关键对话很荣幸为您邀请到的就是 TED 的创办人 Richard Salomon， 他同时也是一位跨界的创新大师。Hello Richard。
Hello.
I know I don't have to ask you any question, and you can give us a brilliant 18-minute talk. You created TED in 1984. Can you share your memories of the very first TED event with us?
You have an area of expertise. Most people have an area of expertise. The head of the hotel I said hello to before. He's trying to be a better hotel manager, and then he'll go from this hotel to another hotel and his job will improve. And he sells his expertise of what he's doing. And when you sell your expertise, you only have a few things to sell because you're expert in something. I am expert in nothing. I don't know how to do anything. And so I have an unlimited repertoire of things I can sell because I can't do anything. But I'm curious about all these things. And that's what TED is. TED was my curiosity about everything. In a conference format, all it is all my interests and the accidental connections between those things and giving people permission to be interested in things they didn't even know they were interested in. So in that sense, the convergence of technology, entertainment, and design, the technology business, the entertainment industry, design professions, is me. It's my permission, giving myself permission to take these little side journeys, to go off the highway at the small town, to see this and see the connection between that and that. So in doing that, it also gives other people permission to be interested in a multifaceted way.
How did you get so many ingenious people to share their innovation?
Because I want it so badly. I don't stop asking people for things. There was a introduction of me at the third TED, an unlikely introduction, but the person looked around the room, and it was 500 people then, and they said, as I look around the room, I think most of you are here because you said no to Richard sometime. I think that explains it. No is the place where I begin.
What makes them say yes in the end?
They give up.
Because you keep asking for many times?
I beg people. After I ran it for 18 years, probably after 5 or so years, I didn't have to beg as much because there was more trust. But in the beginning, I did the first one. That was the hardest one to do.
You lost money on the first event, but it turned out so successful. Did you expect that?
No, I don't anticipate success. I never anticipate success. I don't do it for success. I do it to solve a puzzle. My life is about solving a puzzle. The accident is I was successful. That's not my goal. My goal is not power, fame, money. My goal is solving the puzzle. My goal is having, I hope today is interesting. I hope tomorrow is interesting. I hope the next day is interesting. My goal is to have an interesting life.
Reportedly, you sold it for $14 million in 2002. Did you expect it could be so profitable?
That's what I asked, and I wasn't bargaining, and I wasn't trying to sell it. Somebody said they wanted to buy it, and they asked me what I wanted, and I said 14 million, not 15 million, and not 13 million. I'm not a business person. It's all an accident. I try to do good work. If you do good work, you can have an interesting life. If you have an interesting life, people are interested in having a piece of you.
Your new project is to find what's next.
What's next?
Yeah, and the hot topic right now, like the Internet of Things, big data, and so on. Yeah, so can you share, from your perspective, what kind of world we'll be living in 5 years?
90% of businesses, people, companies, designers, thinkers, look down this aisle. And this aisle is incremental change for the better. We make our cars a little nicer. We put a camera on the back of the car so you see who you run over. You style things, you change clothing, you make incremental positive change to products, services. You make a little change in a program for the internet. You make a little change in this or a little change in that. And that's perfectly okay. At this moment in my life, I am particularly interested in game changing. What might happen in 5 years? What is the significant big changes that might occur? And then how does the world prepare, and what are the unintended consequences? In the United States today, children watch television on the average about 20 minutes a week. They used to watch it 20 hours a week. That's a radical change. That's radical. Everybody's like this. And I am like that. We are obsessed with this smart thing we hold in our hand. That will change too. That's not always going to be there, just the way we don't have fax machines today. I didn't think I could live without a fax machine. I got rid of my last fax machine. So everything we have now will disappear. That's exciting.
The Internet of Things is also the topic you discussed with the chairman of MediaTek. Do you have any suggestions for tech companies in Taiwan?
For companies in Taiwan? No, for people everywhere. Innovation is game changing. And it comes in just 5 varieties. You can have innovation by addition. The smartphone is innovation by adding many, many technologies together in a small package. That's innovation. So you can have addition, you can have need. The vaccine is a need. You can have things that are the opposite, complete game-changing opposites of things that are innovation. Niels Bohr, probably the 2nd or 3rd greatest physicist of the 20th century, said that when I have a profound thought, I know it also has a profound opposite. That the opposites of things are really great innovation. And then there's subtraction. The TED conference was subtraction when I first started it. I subtracted out white men in suits on panels. I subtracted the lectern. I subtracted long speeches. I took a lot of things away, like the Bauhaus movement in art was a whole art movement based on subtraction.
If you want to give suggestions for other people, like how to create a hub of innovation and talents, what's your tips?
Give yourself permission. Make the phone call. Talk to the person. Be vulnerable. Ask the question. When they don't take your phone call, call them again. I am not trying to change the world. I'm trying to have an interesting life. And if people can see in there a thread that gives them permission to also want to have an interesting life more than money, power, or fame, well, so be it.
Thank you, Richard. 现在集合了很多大牌演讲者的 TED 演讲，没想到当初竟然是由 Richard 一位一位去拜托来的，这也再次印证了有好的发想，不怕别人对你说 no， 就是成功的不二法门。